happens when you leave and your Alaskan Klee Kai starts freaking out because you're not around anymore. If this is all too familiar with you and your Alaskan Klee Kai, then this video is for you, because today we are going to share some game-changing tips to help with separation and isolation anxiety in your Alaskan Klee Kai. Now, if you are bringing home a puppy soon and want to prevent separation or isolation anxiety in your new Alaskan Klee Kai, then you will want to check out this video up here. My name is Desiree, and if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing to be notified when we post new videos, and click that thumbs up if you're excited about this topic. I am sure you're eager to learn how to help your dog, so let's get right into it. Tip number 1. If you have multiple family members in your home, you want to make sure that your Klee Kai is spending equal amounts of time with everybody individually. So a mistake I made when Kika was a young puppy. She was my first Klee Kai, my dream dog, and I was so excited. I was so in love with this little girl, and I was obsessed over her. I hoarded Kika as a puppy, carried her around all of the time, and spent as much time as I could possibly spend with her. What that did was create a dependency of me for her. Kika's norm was always having me close by, and when I wasn't in her sight, she would be sad and get all worked up. And naturally, I fed into this by continuing to tend to her every whimper and cry. So, if you have a spouse, roommate, or children, make sure to have them spend alone time with your dog. Taking them on walks, doing some basic obedience training, playing with them, or even just watching TV with them. This way your Klee Kai gets used to not always having you. If you do not have any other members in your home, you can always take your dog to doggy daycare or find a dog walker who could spend a little time with your pup without you. Tip number 2, exercise. The Alaskan Klee Kai are high energy dogs. They need to have plenty of physical exercise. If you are dealing with separation or isolation anxiety, chances are your dog is not getting enough exercise. Basic walks may not be enough for your Klee Kai. You can try running or jogging with your Alaskan Klee Kai. If you're not into that kind of thing, then try teaching them how to run next to you on a bicycle or a skateboard. You can also look into flyball or agility courses. And if that's not your thing or not an option in your area, then connect your Klee Kai up to a treadmill and let them get their exercise that way. You need to provide an outlet for your dog's energy. And that takes me to tip number 3, mental stimulation. Your Klee Kai needs to be challenged. Mental stimulation will work your dog's brain. A lot of anxiety, whether it's separation or isolation in your Klee Kai, is due to boredom. I have seen this time and time again. It is not that they are so dependent on you, although that could be the case. A lot of times they're just bored. Give them something new to experience every week. Have you ever noticed that you get your Klee Kai a brand new toy and they love it at first, and then all of a sudden they lose interest? That's because they get bored and need some new mental stimulation. You can use a treat stuffed Kong with different recipes, interactive treat dispensers, or work on a new trick weekly. Just continue to challenge them. If you're interested in a video on different Kong recipes, let me know in the comments below. This next tip is a game changer. Tip number 4, practicing distancing yourself from your Klee Kai. You need to build up your dog's comfort level to you not always being in sight. I know, easier said than done. One of the things that makes the Alaskan Klee Kai such an incredible companion is that they're so loyal and that they love being around us. It makes their unconditional love such a beautiful thing. But we have to teach them to be comfortable and confident with being away from us. So you need to go back to the basics. First thing is that you will need to start separating or isolating your Klee Kai from you in different parts of your home for very, very short periods of time. I'm talking seconds. And then slowly you're going to increase the amount of time. You should have a new toy or a new bone, some type of interactive treat dispenser, something that your Klee Kai has never seen before that's going to interest them. The goal is to make the experience a positive one and something new and exciting, even if it's just for 1 minute. Then come back into the room so that they get the idea that mom or dad may leave me alone in the bedroom or the bathroom or wherever it is that you put them for a minute or even 10 minutes, but every single time that they leave me alone, they always come back. Now, this is important. You do not make a big deal of this. You simply open the door calmly and let them out. Additionally, all of the rooms or areas that you use for this exercise should also be areas that you spend time with your dog in. Let me explain why. You do not want your dog to associate these rooms with always being left alone. So sometimes you're going to go into that area with your dog and either feed them, train them, or even just sit in love with them. This way your Klee Kai will not start to build up anxiety in anticipation of going into a specific room. Your Alaskan Klee Kai should start to learn that sometimes I'm here with my mom and dad and sometimes I'm not. And because you make this room such a happy place, your Klee Kai is going to start to associate that with something good. I also think it's important to note that you may think that your dog has separation anxiety, but I can tell you from my years of experience with the Alaskan Klee Kai that most Klee Kai, not all, but most dogs do not necessarily have separation anxiety. A lot of them just have issues with boredom because we have not exercised them enough, or some isolation anxiety where they're just nervous being left alone because we haven't built up the confidence in them. This means that by adding some of these tips I just talked about in your daily and weekly routine, it could really help resolve your issues much quicker than you realize. At the end of the day, we as Alaskan Klee Kai parents most of the times are the reasons our dogs are having these behavioral issues when they are left alone. Whether it be screaming at the top of their lungs in their crate or just being destructive, it is because we have not given them the tools to cope. These tips are aimed to help you do just that. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to help support our channel. And if you want to learn more about crate training your Alaskan Klee Kai, then click the video over here. Until next time, bye!